Introduction to the Book of Ezra. The book of Ezra documents the faithfulness of God in keeping His promise despite a difficult political reality. Through the prophet Jeremiah, God had promised that the Jews would return to the Promised Land after 70 years of captivity in Babylon. Babylon eventually fell to Persia. It was then that Persia permitted the return of many exiled Jews. God was fulfilling His promise. According to ancient Jewish tradition, the priest Ezra wrote about these return journeys in this book, which bears his name, about 440 BC. He also describes the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem, which had been destroyed along with the city. God had disciplined His people for not keeping His laws. Possession of the land and the blessing of God were always dependent on Israel's spiritual fidelity to God. Under Ezra's leadership, the Jews learned God's laws and decrees and reformed their religious life as they rebuilt the temple and the city walls. Now they were once again in a position to live as God's chosen people in the land God promised to their forefathers, and thus became an example to the nations around them. As you listen, think about Ezra's actions in view of his devotion to God, and note his humble obedience.